everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm Chris, and today we have an exciting video for those Lord of the Rings fans, as Elija Wood, Frodo Baggins from the Lord of the Rings series, has shown interest in joining the MCU or Star Wars franchises one day. So the purpose of the video is to go ahead and do an MCU fan cast where I'm giving you the top 5 characters I would like to see him play. And yes, I am taking a few of these ideas from what you guys mentioned in Twitter, where I brought up this question before when he first showed interest. And a lot of you guys gave me some pretty cool thoughts and ideas that I thought about, and I actually agree with what you guys came up with. So also in the comment section down below, let me know who you'd like to see him join in for Star Wars. Now this one will be a little bit more fun because there is a wide open world of Star Wars. Would you like to see him be a new type of Jedi, a Sith, a different character altogether, a bounty hunter? Give me your ideas and we'll see if we can get another cool video put together for a Star Wars fan cast. But for today, we're going to do MCU. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, if you love to stay up to date on all major movie and television news, fun fan casts, leaks, reviews, breakdowns. We're doing them all on the channel, so consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the daily videos we're posting. So for starters, here's the quote that Elija Wood gave us saying, "I think it's just inherently fun. I haven't had a chance to play in a giant sandbox in a while," referring to a huge franchise. So more of that, and certainly in the live action sphere, would be awesome. But working on a Marvel film, whether you like superhero movies or not, they are inherently fun. So he's talking about how well made those movies are, how he hasn't been involved in a huge franchise, which he refers to as sandbox, in a long time, and how he would love to get back involved with that. So on that note, here are the top 5 characters I think he should be playing in the MCU. Some of them are villains, some of them are mutants, and some of them are superheroes. But let's go ahead and start with number 5, Iceman. Now, the reason I pick Iceman here is because I do really want a strong set of X-Men, and I don't know how Marvel's planning on starting here, but I don't think we're going to be getting a Wolverine right away, or maybe even a Cyclops right away. Some of these characters who are a little bit more famous over in the Fox universe. And yes, there was an Iceman in the Fox universe, but he wasn't one of the more popular, well-known ones, and I'd like to see some of these strong actors like Elija Wood come in, take on these characters, and just play them very well, so we can get a cool, well put together, super well organized group of good actors playing these X-Men, and I just think Iceman would be a very good pick for him. From what he's done before in the past, he has the ability to play these big characters, to carry the big roles, and I would like to see him take him on. So there's no particular reason other than the fact that I would like to see talented actors playing the X-Men, and moving forward, I think it would be just a lot of fun to watch. My next one is also a X-Men character, although he is a villain, and inherently, because of the fact that he played a Hobbit, we're kind of thinking of smaller creatures, just because when you think of Elija Wood, you think of small. So a few of my characters are actually based off the fact that he played a Hobbit, even though I know in reality he isn't that small. But here we go, I'd like to see him play number 4, Toad. I think the Hunchback character, who is a crazy villain with the ability to spit venom and poisonous toxicity all over the place, is a lot of fun. He's an interesting character and definitely makes a stand in the Marvel X-Men mutant side of things. He's a well-known villain and has the ability to take the stage, and although I don't think he'd be a next Avenger level threat villain, I could definitely see him as a good villain in an origin show for any number of the X-Men, and he would play it very well just because of how well we know the character. One big struggle with getting actors of his size, of his multitude and magnitude that people know so well, is it's hard to separate them from what they did. Like, for example, Daniel Radcliffe, if he ever tried to play anybody in the MCU, all I would think about the entire time is Harry Potter. Now, is he probably capable of playing those characters very well? Yes, but he would have to play somebody with some type of magic or something in order for me to see Daniel Radcliffe seriously, because that's who he is. He's Harry Potter, just as much as Elija Wood is Frodo. Now, I know a lot of you won't agree with me on number 3, but hear me out. I would like to see Elija Wood play Nova. One, I would love for Elija Wood to play Nova because then we'll be getting a Nova film. I can't wait to see his origin story. You already know that that is going to be directly connected to when Thanos went and decimated Xandar and the whole story of the Nova Corps, all going to this one man after it was destroyed and he had all the power. And you might think, well, this is a big, strong superhero with huge stature, but if you ever seen him in the comics without his helmet, many times he appears as a young boy, because that's what he is. He's a very young boy with big eyes and black hair, and I honestly think Elija Wood could play that really well. And then when he puts on his helmet and he's jacked up and he's Nova with all the superpowers, then he could be be that superhero, and when he doesn't have the helmet on, he can actually have that appearance that the actual character from the comics does, at least for me in my head. When I think of Nova, I think of a young boy that kind of matches what Elija Wood might look like if he ended up cleaning up and being Nova. So that's my pick for Nova. Moving on to number 2, I actually have another villain who I think, again, fits the fact that he played a hobbit, but Hobgoblin would be an obvious selection for me, and I would love to see him play this villain in the MCU. Overall, it would just be a really fun role. I think whoever gets the opportunity to play Hobgoblin should have a blast with it. And I don't know necessarily if Elija Wood wants to be a bad guy or not, but I would love to see him play this kind of crazy character role with an insane maniacal laugh. He's kind of ugly, hunchback, small, but packs a punch and is a very, very formidable villain in Spider-Man's universe. So to see him included in the MCU would be a lot of fun, and to see him included as Elija Wood, well, I think for me, that would also be just very enjoyable to see overall. Now, there are a lot of talks of Hobgoblin potentially becoming Ned after Spider-Man 3, No Way Home, premieres, which I also think would be kind of crazy. But when I think of Ned, who's a much bigger guy, especially bigger than Elija Wood, I don't really see Hobgoblin. I always see Hobgoblin as more of a scrawny, tiny, crazy kind of character, and I think Elija Wood would actually fit that a little bit better. And then the last one, and this actually comes from the majority of you guys overwhelmingly on my Twitter. You guys said you wanted to see him become Nightcrawler, and another X-Men character who I also think he would fit very, very well. That's why I put it as my number 1 pick. 1, because you guys came up with that idea mostly, and 2, because I think it actually would fit. I would love, like I said at the beginning, with Iceman, any of these X-Men characters be played by strong actors, and Elija Wood definitely has a good amount of season time acting, and the ability to carry any character into the MCU very, very strongly. So I would actually be very happy to see him play a character like Nightcrawler, for example, or Iceman, or any of those X-Men characters who I hope we'll be seeing in the MCU very, very soon. The big question for X-Men and mutants all around remains, how is it that exactly they come to be on Earth? And with all this crazy multiverse stuff going on, we very well may get an answer very, very soon, especially since there are rumors that Wanda, or rather the Scarlet Witch, will be fighting a group of X-Men or mutants in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness coming up very soon. And if that's the case, that really just for me means we are not that far away from mutants joining the MCU. But those are my top 5: Iceman, Toad, Nova, Hobgoblin, and Nightcrawler. You may disagree with all of these, some of these, any of these, or have a better pick in mind. So just go to the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think, who you would like to see him play in the MCU, and don't forget to let me know what exactly you would like to see him be doing in Star Wars, as well as we might be doing a fan cast for that. And it's always a lot of fun to get your guys' input. This channel is about the community, made by the community, and every video I put, I have you guys in mind, so be sure to join the Discord. Let me know what you guys are thinking of all the content, the videos, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.